If you ever see a boy cry, don't tell him he's a pussy. Instead, encourage him to let it all out, to be loud in his vulnerability and gentle in his masculinity. Teach him to never be afraid of his own feelings so he can grow up to be a compassionate man who may one day date your daughter or son. It's good to be back. After such an introduction, that's kind of sets the expectations. Wonderful theme, compassion. I have one short poem and two slightly longer pieces that I'm going to share with you, connected to the theme of compassion. I believe that compassion is not possible without being vulnerable, right? You say like compassion is standing and trying to see things from other people's perspective, but that's very hard if we don't allow ourselves to be vulnerable. And one of the areas where we need to be vulnerable is relationships. Now, just checking, who of you has ever been through a breakup? Okay, a couple of people. Anyone ever been through a really good breakup? Few. Probably lovely stories to talk about in the break. I believe that one of the things in today's society we've grown accustomed to breaking up so easily, especially with technology and social media. I don't know, anyone ever been broken up through a text message or instant messaging online? That sucks. I won't ask if you have done that because you should be ashamed of yourself if you have. No, back in the days you had to meet someone in a bar and sit with them, and so like, I want to tell you something and I don't know how to say it, but and it's awkward, but it's important to look the other person in the eye and do that. I think if we would be more compassionate in relationships, we wouldn't have to break up so often, and that's what this piece is about. It's called Breakdown. Instead of breaking up, maybe we should break down. Break down the walls we've built around our own hearts ever since that first "I love you" turned into "I hate you." You see, the broken heart says, "You'll never be able to fix me." Fix me. As if a heart being kept hostage by the belief that vulnerability is weak needs fixing. We treat our hearts like tombs, dark rooms we should stay away from, and as long as we keep them shut, we don't have to deal with the uncomfortable feelings. But I want to cry and pour my heart out. I want to be loud in my vulnerability and gentle in my masculinity. I want my heart to be free. I want my heart to break down and have someone around who will sit with me and make art with the pieces. Instead of breaking up, maybe we should break down. Break down the myth surrounding trauma that as long as we keep our memories locked away, they won't come out and haunt us. You see, the trauma says, "You'll never forget me." Forget me. As if forgetting is an option when you're in constant war with yourself, and a simple look in the mirror reminds you of every battle still facing you. But I don't want to fight anymore. I'm just too tired. Too tired of living in this body that is slowly giving up on me, so I don't want to forget. I want to heal instead. Feel every part of me be at ease, an inner peace that sees fire in my mind. Inner peace is the release of all expectations for a better past. But the vast majority of people won't last a day carrying my baggage, so I need you to be strong enough to love me, not for who I can be, but for who I am and who I was. Instead of breaking up, maybe we should break down. Break down all expectations we've been carrying around ever since our ears started noticing the noise and we were faced with a choice. Give in or give hell. You see, society says, "You'll never be enough." Never enough. So how can you give yourself to someone wholeheartedly when you believe to only exist in part? Perceive yourself as incomplete, a depleted self-esteem from years of following someone else's dream. Get a degree, get a job, get promoted, Get rich, get married, get kids, get old, or at least die trying. We need to stop buying time on a maxed out credit card and start investing in our own self-worth. To only accept love from those wealthy enough they can pay attention to our true value. So maybe we should break down. Break down together. Let our hearts shatter into 1,000 pieces. We'll be the debris left over from when we finally broke down everything we thought we knew about each other. Because if we could allow ourselves to break down, maybe we wouldn't have to break up. Thank you.